All right, this says we're live. I'm gonna assume for a moment we are. Sorry I'm late. Yeah, I'll get into that in just a moment. Let me gather my bearings and make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to be. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes, and I do not have my life together. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore, apparently. Cool. Everything's working the way it's supposed to be. Awesome. So I am late because literally I got home. Okay. So I was at Stephanie's stream earlier today and I mentioned the fact that the Hubs and I were going to go watch a movie and then possibly out to dinner, which we did. Movie was fantastic. Loved it. How to Train Your Dragon live action. 10 out of 10. Amazing. We went to dinner. Fine. Came home. Awesome. I brought the clothes in. He helped me. We each brought a tub of clothes in. I set my computer bag on top of one of the tubs. It came in. Tell me why I just spent the last 10 minutes looking for my computer bag because it wasn't anywhere I could figure out where it was. I walked past the damn thing 5 times looking for it. It was on top of the shoe cabinet. He had picked it up off the tub and put it on the shoe cabinet. I walked past the damn thing 5 times and did not see it any of those 5 times. And just when I'm starting to panic and get ready to sit down because I'm already late at this point, at my gaming PC, which hadn't even been turned on because I wasn't planning on using it because I was planning on using my laptop, which was in my computer bag. I'm going past his office, frantic. He's in the middle of a game, and he looks at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. I can't find my computer. I know the damn thing came in. I remember setting it on top of the tub. From there, it has disappeared. I have looked at both tubs several times. I don't know where the fuck my computer is." He was like, "Follow me," and he literally picked it up and handed it to me. If that's any indication of what's going to happen today, I don't know what is. Stephanie may join us. She may not. We were up way too late this morning. She might be sleeping for all I know. I don't know. I haven't heard from her since her stream. So that is fun. It's all good. We're here. Let me just calm down for a second. Hi, doll. Thank you for joining me. It is the last day of the 7-day book challenge. If any of you lovely people have been doing the 7-day book challenge, let me know in the comments. I have chocolate, and it is freaking delicious. It is mint truffle, and I'm going to eat some of it. But first, I'm going to say hi to everyone in the comment section. Like I said, Stephanie may or may not join us this evening. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so JC was here first saying hello to both me and Stephanie, even though Stephanie's not here, and I was a couple minutes late, so she was saying knock knock. I did get an hour nap, and that might have been part of the reason I was panicking too, because I was like, did I dream bringing it in? I don't know. What is life these days? Adrian is here. Hello. Oh, How to Train Your Dragon was not an atrocity. No. Don't tell me that. It was good. Okay, so Disney remakes are atrocities. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear the How to Train Your Dragon remake is actually great. It was made by the same writer-director it was as the original, and so all the heart of it should still be there. Not only is the heart of it there, I feel like they took the animated movie and used that same script and literally handed that same script to the actors and said, here's your movie. Because there was very, very few changes from the live action to the live action from the animated version, and it was fantastic. And even those changes, those teeny tiny changes they made, were actually an improvement and fixed some of the plot holes that are between the animated first and second movie, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed the live action, and I will stand by it. Justin and I got finished watching it, and we stepped out of the theater. We were like, that's an instant buy the moment it comes out. To be fair, though, we already knew we were probably going to love it because I was pregnant with my oldest when we went to see the original How to Train Your Dragon in theaters. So, like, this was just like a nostalgia thing for us. And it was really good. We liked it. We enjoyed it a lot. Dark is here. Hello. Glad you found it. Been there. He just put it in a safe place for you. It was so safe I couldn't find it. Relatable story happens all the time. That's an ADHD thing. If you place something in an unusual spot. Oh my god. I probably stared at it like 5 times passing by it too. Just so you guys know. Oh man. It's just one of those things. Okay. They need to never do live actions again. And to quote someone else who said it on a stream over the weekend, it's not even old enough to be doing live action. It's 15 years old. Live action is just not necessary, period, and I stand by that. Fair. I'm just saying that this one was actually a really good adaptation. I really enjoyed it. I agree with all of that. I've hated every live action remake except for Jungle Book, but it looks like How to Train Your Dragon is a rare exception to the rule. Oh, live actions are atrocities. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Hashtag Sith life. Okay, so that being said, JC, I love your take on the live actions, that there doesn't need to be live actions. And this is coming from someone who loves animation. I adore animation. But I saw a video clip the other day because someone else was talking about live actions and the fact that they didn't need to make live actions from animations. And the one thing that they were having a conversation with like their 10-year-old about it. And the 10-year-old mentioned what the 10-year-old was asking the mom, because of all these animated movies being turned into live actions. The 10-year-old asked the mom, what live action movie would you want to see turned into an animated film? And so I brought up this question to my family when we were driving to grocery shop yesterday. And I was like, can you guys think of a live action that you want to see as an animated film? And so now I'm like, I can't think of any. And then I did think of one. We're going to get to that, but I'm going to get to the comments first. Let's see. I'm with you on that. I don't need any movies I don't believe any movie needs to be remade ever. Okay. I don't agree with that one. And the reason I don't agree with that one is because there are some movies that the movie could have been great. And I'm talking about like some of the movies that were originally based on books. The movie had so much. Aragon had so much fucking potential. It could have been an amazing movie, and they fucked it up. And that is one movie I stand by that I really feel it does need to be remade, and it needs to be remade with justice. I actually haven't seen the live action Jungle Book yet. It's on my list of ones to watch. And I've seen enough clips and I've read the original Jungle Book. So like I've read the Jungle Book, and I have been told by several people that the live action Jungle Book is much closer to the book than the animated version was. And so I have a feeling I'm going to like the live action Jungle Book. I did like the live action Cinderella as well. Oh. You good?
Bonked myself.
Okay. I did like the live action Cinderella as well. However, I grew up watching which live action Cinderella was it?
I don't know.
The one with Brandy. The oldest says hello. Let's see. I think
currently I'm playing a Roblox game, but if I die, I die in it.
What are you doing here if you're watching? If you're doing that? Oh my god, I cannot think of the name. Rodgers and Hammerstein's. I was close. I was like right on the tip of the tongue with that. So I grew up with Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella with featuring Brandy, as well as the movie Ever After. And because of those two movies, Cinderella was always going to fail in my mind, if that makes sense, because those two movies were fantastic retellings of Cinderella before Disney was ever like, we're going to make our own version. I'm just like, oh, really? Okay, fine. So, okay. Dark said, I'd rather see a follow-up sequel like 10 years later than a remake for the most part. Not old enough. I allow room for exceptions to the rules. Cinderella one with Brandy and Whitney Houston. Oh, you got it right there, too. It was the only good one they ever did, and that was decades ago. Oh, boy, girl.
What?
I think Adrian's talking to JC. Only saw the Lion King one and the Jungle Book because my daughter was younger and she wanted to see it and I would suffer through anything for her. Princess Bride would be amazing animated though. Okay, so Princess Bride, actually, I did have this argument with my husband because that was the first one he said was Princess Bride that he would love to see animated. And I would argue that I do not want to see Princess Bride animated. I want to see Princess Bride with Muppets, where everyone's a Muppet except one character. Princess Bride is one of those that I want to see as a Muppet movie, not an animated film. Lion King remake was terrible. Agreed. Princess Bride might be the only remakeable movie ever. You could have a different person reading the book to their kid and it would completely change the cast of actors in the story. Right? I love that idea. Because of the fact that the Princess Bride is all about reading a story, I think that one is one where no matter what you do with it, it will be fantastic. And yet, yeah, you're right, Adrian. I don't want it remade either. It's too good by itself. Live action Jungle Book is my favorite version of that story. I actually thought the live action Jungle Book was decent, but I didn't like the animated Jungle Book. Okay. Rogers and Hammerstein. Yep. See, I was over here Googling it. I could not remember it. And you guys are trying to help me and I'm not paying attention. If Skye would read the chat, she would see it. I'd love to see an animated adaptation of the Graveyard Book. Ooh, that would be good. Yeah, you're right. Or I would have loved it before things happened. Yeah. Fuck that shit. Ever After was so good. Yes, I love Ever After. Lion King live action was dreadful. Yes, it was. That being said, I do want to watch Don't Hate Me. I do want to watch Mufasa. I actually want to see all of the live actions. Am I expecting to like them? No. No, I am not. But I do want to see them. Because I don't feel like I can judge any of them without seeing them. So, but going back to the movie that I would love to see animated, a live action that I think would be good, adapted to animation. Legend, featuring Tom Cruise and Tim Curry. Can you imagine that movie in all its ridiculousness animated? It would just be so good. I feel like that one could be a really good animated movie. I watched the Aladdin live action. No. The only reason I think Mufasa could potentially work is because it's not based on an animated version. It's more of a prequel story. Correct. Yes. And that's part of the reason I want to see it. Because I'm interested to see how they went backwards with the story. And how they explained a few things. Supposedly. What's up? Can I help you with anything? Or are you just hanging out?
I'm just here.
Oh, you're just hanging out. Okay, cool. That's fine. I don't mind.
Why is it slightly back?
Huh?
Why is it slightly back from before?
Because this is the stream itself, whereas this is the real time. Because I can't get the comments to pop up on the real time. So I'm actually looking at the YouTube, which is a little bit behind. I think I've confused her. JC says hi.
Hi.
This is the oldest. This is Graceland. You got to duck your head down so she can see. There you go. I don't know what she's doing.
I'm bored.
Obviously. Go play your Roblox. I don't know what you're doing. Are you guys playing Killer and Survivor again? Or
No. And that's called Banana Eats.
Riding Dragons? Or
No. I'm playing a new game.
Filling oil wells? I don't...
That one's called Dandy's World.
Okay. I don't know what you guys call it.
It's ice cream.
Graceland is the oldest and Gwen is the youngest. Gwen does not like being on camera as often. She doesn't mind every once in a while. But this one does not care. This one absolutely gives no shits. Doing eldest child things. Clearly, yes. Definitely. Okay.
Hello,
All right.
Tiger.
We are over 15 minutes in. Let's go ahead and do a sprint, and I'm going to get my head like back together. Updates on how this 7-day book challenge has gone. I have completed 2 drafts of short stories, 2 first drafts. Am I going to do anything during the stream? Probably not.
Okay.
What's up?
They're asking how the spawn might be. In the bottom near us.
I have to type it because it's just boop. There we go.
I could say it.
You could. So could I.
Do you have difficulties?
Yes, I do. I have
And I
many difficulties. My difficulties are so outnumbered, it's not even funny. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and do a sprint.
The cat
And
looks angry.
she's blinking at us. So 25 minutes. If you're new to my channel, we tend to do 4 25-minute sprints with some chit chat in between. I like to put writing prompts on the screen anytime we do a sprint, and I've got to come up with some prompts because I had enough and then I didn't have enough. So I've got 3 instead of 4.
Because you used too many on one.
I did. Yesterday I did 1 more extra sprint. So that screwed me over. And it's fine. I did this to myself. It's my fault. Let's go. We're going to do this. Okay, so you don't have to do the writing prompt if you don't want to. It's just there if you want to write but don't know what you want to write about. Anyways, this one says, another weekend, another adventure. So that is our first writing prompt for anyone who wants to use it. And we're going to start in 25 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know what you did, how you did in the comments. I read a little bit and did some journaling stuff. And now I'm looking at a website where someone does cover design, but I'm looking at the maps he makes because eventually I want to start working on one of my fantasy stories again, and I'm gonna need a map, and I like the looks of the maps. Do I have the monies for the maps? No, I do not have the monies for the maps, but I want the maps. Okay. Let's see what we're working with. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where I stopped at as far as like the comments go. Yeah, so Graceland's name is spelled a little differently than most people spell it. And don't worry, everyone gets it wrong because I spell it weird. That's fine. Okay, so it's neither got it. She's funny. She has her moments. She's cracking me up. You know what the sad part is? Both my children are subscribed to my channel, and both of them are like, I was watching your channel, your stream every once in a while. I'm like, you guys do realize you could comment, right? I see you lurking. You can comment if you want to. So it's funny that she just was popping up in the background here when she could be popping up in the comment section herself. So, oh well. Adrian said I'm at work and had to step away, but before I did, you said what I've wanted for years. Oh my God, Disney has the perfect remake machine right there. The Muppets remake all your Disney classic with Muppets. It's a no-brainer. It's live action and it's different from the original, right? Plus, if you screw up, it's just gonna be blamed on the fact that it's Muppets. Like, it's really hard to screw up a Muppet movie. It really is. Can it be done? Probably. Let's be real. Let's take a step back and let's be real. Disney has done so much to screw up lately. They would find a way to screw up a Muppet movie. Like they would find a way. I feel like they would purposely go out of their way to find a way to screw it up. But it'd be really hard to. And I'd watch the shit out of it because it's Muppets. Haven't watched the Mufasa movie, but my kid was watching it and I caught a few seconds. Looks like they gave the animals more expressive faces. That's what I saw from the ad, honestly. Looked better. My son said it was good. Prompt idea, because Pinterest board of ideas I'll never get to use. There was one rule at the academy: never fall in love with your experiments. Ooh, I like that. I commented on that too. Would definitely fall for an experiment. Must protect everything. Must protect the babes. It would become my everlasting child no matter what it was. Frankenstein's monster, you know how like the true story of Frankenstein's monster, he abandons his monster and just his monster just goes around looking for love. I'd be like, no, that's my babes. You hurt my babes and I will hurt you. Nothing romantic about it. There'd be just like, this is my child. This is forever my child. Fuck you all if you don't like it. Got 261 words with that sprint. I wrote 500-ish at work earlier when I had cancellation mid-shift. It's not weird. I like the way you spelled her name. It's pretty. Thank you. I like it too. Otherwise, I don't think I would name it that way. It just makes it difficult because like it always gets spelled wrong. And like for the longest time, my phone would correct my spelling saying, you spelled it wrong. No, the fuck I didn't. I know how to spell my child's name. Phone, shut your face. She thinks she wanted to hang out with mama. Probably a little bit. She loves the attention. So that's the one that is doing YouTube stuff. Like she has a YouTube channel. She does Gotcha Club edits with CapCut. So like she wants YouTube. She wants to do YouTube relate. Wow, apparently I cannot put a string of words together today. Thank you, Gwen, for pointing out the obvious. I don't know what's wrong with me. Many things are wrong with me. Let's be real.
Not that dark. Let's go.
What? So, oh, I wasn't paying attention. Let me pause the cat. What's going on, Gwen?
I need Grace to come.
Why?
You have to put bikes in the truck.
Oh, you're gonna load up your bikes? Okay. Be careful of the mud. It's muddy. It's very muddy. Very, very muddy. Guess what I bought today?
What?
White shoes.
You're an idiot.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much for pointing out the obvious, kiddo. All right. I love the Muppets. Skye, did you see the Muppets Christmas Carol movie? Yes, I have seen, I think, every single one of the Muppets movies. That's a lie. I haven't seen, I think there's two, like, Muppets movies that are, like, just the Muppets and the Muppets 2. And I haven't seen those, I don't think.
I think your camera's slow.
No, I'm just looking at the YouTube page. This is the actual real time. So.
Okay.
You're seeing the Godzilla version. Because YouTube is a little bit behind.
Yes.
But I can't see the comments on Restream, so because it doesn't like me. Gotta lower it down a little bit. There you go. Now the youngest has joined me. Did you actually want to be on the camera?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm too tall.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to duck a little bit.
I'm about to throw a shoe at Grace.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on then.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw a shoe at Grace.
Why are you gonna throw a shoe at Grace?
Because she is not coming. No.
I didn't say a damn thing.
Grace.
I didn't say a damn thing. Oh. Let's see. Graceland has 0 cut cards.
What?
I don't know what you mean by that. That was Gwen. That was the youngest.
I have 0.
Oh yeah, Gwen is sassy as fuck, and I both love it and I hate it at the same time. And there are some things that she says that I probably, as a parent, should be like, don't say that. But at the same time, I'm like, because if she said it to anyone else, I'd be like, fuck yeah, go girl. So I cannot punish her at the same time. And Gwen will quickly call you out on your shit. She doesn't give a shit how old you are. So like, it's hilarious. Hey,
You threw a ball at me.
doggos,
Several times.
doggos, no playing behind my
No.
chair.
She stepped on my foot.
So, yeah. All right, Dark just crossed over 32K,
Oh,
who I
here's a
think this.
girl now.
Okay. I think this book is going to be shorter than I
No.
originally
Over.
planned since it's going to have sequels and the whole world has changed now. Okay. What?
It's too dark. No, it's not.
Oh my goodness.
It's fine. Okay, we need to get Grace glasses because she cannot see with light. Still outside.
I'm going to get started on Sprint so I can go help them load up bikes into the truck since they're complaining about it. All right. Let's go ahead and do another sprint.
Jess, do you want to go outside?
Let's do a sprint.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, no, that was Gwen that said that. Yeah. Gwen's the sassy one. All right. Sprint number 2. Here's our writing prompt for anyone who wants to write but doesn't know what they want to write about. Hopefully it'll help you. It says, oh, okay. I had to read it over in my head. I was like, wait a minute, what did I write? It says, hey, chat, welcome back to my channel where we talk about the creatures that go bump in the night. Tonight's topic, humans. So that is our writing prompt. You don't have to write it if you don't want to. It's just there if you need some inspiration. Maybe it'll help you. And we're going to start this sprint in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time, everyone. Let us know what you did, how you did in the comments. And I have a guest now. Whee!
Hey, how's it going? So I noticed the time, and Jackson and I were in the middle of doing something, and so I finished it, and then I got on. That's it. That's all I got.
All I've been doing is reading.
The
I
What
said
was
all
that?
I've been doing is reading, so.
oh, well, Illy wanted to watch Psych. I was like, Jackson was disappointed, so we let her watch an episode of Psych, and then she like went off in her room, and then Jackson's like, "What do you want to do?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "What do you want to do?" He's like, "I wanted to watch an episode of Charm, but because he kept on looking at the time, I said, we watch an episode or two. Go ahead." So we watched an episode or two, and then they went to bed, and I got on.
Fair enough.
And then I typed some too while I
Oh,
was here.
you typed some.
Yes, I did. Because I purposely left off in the middle of a back and forth situation between the two characters.
Okay.
So I didn't have to start brand new like a brand new scene or chapter. So
Okay.
that's what I got done. What I missed while I was gone.
Lots of talk about animated versus live action films because we went and saw after Justin got off work, the movie we went and saw was the live action How to Train Your Dragon. It was
Right.
awesome.
How
I
was
loved
that?
it. So,
I got 565 words
during that sprint,
while I was.
nice. That's awesome.
I was like, I don't know where that came from, but I'll take it.
Magic. I believe it's
I'll take it.
Magic. Magic.
Yeah, I was kind of cruising through the comments. You guys were talking about different remakes and animation and live action, and I did not like the live action Lion King. No, I wouldn't say that. I don't like how some of the animals appeared. Like, I think they could have done a better job with some of the animals.
So my thoughts as far as like live action films, to me, if the entire film is made with CGI, it is not live action. So to me, the Lion King movies are just another form of animation. And
oh
like
yeah,
live
that's true.
action. That's my hot take for the night, is that I don't even consider those live action. Now, the live action movies where it's people acting and then there's CGI added in with it, I still consider those live action movies, but I consider those in the same way I consider like Mary Poppins. That's a mix of live action and animation, the same thing.
Yeah, I can see your
Because
point
to
there.
me, anything that's got to be created completely with CGI, that's still animation. It's just computer animation. So,
But I feel like they did a better job with Jungle Book than they did with Lion King.
I haven't seen Jungle Book yet. It's on my list to watch, but I haven't watched it yet. So that was the reason I couldn't give an opinion about that. And I cannot remember enough about the Lion King live action to have an opinion either way. I do know I want to watch the new one, Mufasa. I want to watch that one, the prequel one. Because
I feel like that one's going to be good because they're not remaking.
Exactly.
anything.
And that's why I'm like holding my breath about that one, because that's a new story. And see, that's the kind of stuff I wish they would do more of. Let's not remake movies. Let's do more stories in the same world with either other characters or like prequel stories or even sequel stories. Because I'm going to be so sad. This is also probably another hot take. I actually am not a huge fan of Lion King. However, I really enjoyed Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Like, it's one of the few sequels that I actually like. I really like Lion King 2. And I'm going to be so upset if they remake Lion King 2 and they fuck it up, which they're going to do because Disney is known for doing that with their live actions, because they want to change the stories that they make and make it new and interesting to a newer audience, which I'm okay with that, I guess, to a certain extent. But like,
I just want them to like be creative and think of their own crap to make.
Right.
Come on now.
And
just new stories.
And I saw a video the other day where it was talking about the fact that people want more, like you said, original and new stories, which yeah, I agree, 100% agree. But it feels like whenever they do put out a new and original story, it doesn't get the marketing it needs, and so it flops. And then companies are like, well, this movie didn't do good, this is why we don't do this kind of stuff. And it's like, you set it up for failure, fucktards. Maybe don't do that. Because like there's a movie that now that I've seen a trailer for it, it looks super cool, and that is Elio. Disney is coming out with this new alien movie called Elio. I've seen one trailer for it. They have harped so much about all these Disney remakes that they buried their original movie, and I'm just like, really? This movie's gonna fail because you didn't advertise it, and then you're gonna blame it. You're gonna blame your audience and say that they didn't want to see it.
I've only seen it advertised when we've been watching stuff on Amazon Prime. That's the only place I've ever seen it advertised.
I saw one trailer yesterday on YouTube, and I think it comes out in like a couple of days, or it might be already out already. All right, I'm gonna go check out the comment section real quick. If my mouse will scroll. I think that's the second. Oh, Dark said, I think that's the second child thing. My younger son is a savage with no filter, but my older son is hella sarcastic. And JC said, having 0 cut cards is the equivalent to saying she gives 0. Oh, okay. That's the reason. Okay. I remember being so confused when you said that, JC, and I was just like, what does that mean? Okay. She gives 0 fucks. Got it. That I understood. JC saying hi. My oldest saying hi. Lunar Midnight is my oldest. So I know who that one is. And if there's anything dealing with Mushroom, I know that's going to be the youngest. I think it's Galaxy Mushroom she goes by. Is that right? Galaxy Mushroom is when?
What are we talking about?
Pretty certain she.
What are we talking about?
Their YouTube names. Their username on YouTube.
Oh.
Because I'm looking at the comment section, and Lunar Midnight popped up, which is this one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Laura's sliding in for a little bit. Hello, Laura. Dark said, got 300 more words, almost to 1K for the day. Awesome. Do you have like a daily goal, Dark? Or is this just like however much you can get in a day would be awesome? Dark says that's a fair assessment, honestly. I love the voice acting for the animals in the Jungle Book remake. Laura is trying to set Q3 goals.
When Mushroom is when?
What?
When Mushroom is when?
Gwen Mushroom is when? Okay.
And Mushroom Lover.
Mushroom
And
Lover.
that's
I knew it had mushroom in there.
That's
somewhere.
what her thing looks like.
It's a little rat.
I don't know what it fully looks like.
Little rat.
Just,
Anyways. Laura says Encanto did well. Moana did well. Tangled did well. They used to do original stories well even 10 years ago. Yes, agreed. And I liked all of those. But those were also really well advertised. Actually, no, Encanto was not. Encanto was another one of those that I do not remember seeing very many advertisements until like a week before it came out. And it came out, Moana came out Thanksgiving weekend. But I remember seeing a lot more advertisements for all 3 of those than I have this new one that's literally comes out in a couple of days. And I still think they do still create original stories. It's just that they get these days they're getting overshadowed by all of these live action remakes. And so when those original stories end up flopping, then they want to blame the audience who's watching them as if it's their fault when they were the ones that didn't market them in the first place.
Right. Well, it's just like with authors. Like, if you don't tell people you wrote a book and no one buys it, whose fault is that? Do you know what I mean?
It's all my fault. I do not market
Well,
my
I was just saying to myself. I'm just saying to myself, I don't think I do a good job marketing my books.
I do not market
know
my
I
books,
don't.
period. Like, I'm always super excited when I get that email that says, you're getting a royalty. I'm like, oh, I'm getting a royalty. Someone bought a book? Awesome. Because I do not advertise at all.
My advertising is me posting stuff on Instagram. It goes to Facebook, and then I'll talk about it on my videos, live streams. Pretty much it. That's
I
it.
don't even really talk about it on live streams, except by beginning with my intro when I talk about what I write.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
it. That's all I say.
That's true.
If people are curious, there's always links in the description, but otherwise, I don't say anything. There is no advertisements going on. I don't want to advertise until I've got either a series that is complete or a series that has a minimum of 3 books in it or several standalones. Because in my opinion, at least for me, because I don't publish that often, I think it would be a waste for me to, like, as far as like paid marketing.
So
I think it'd be a waste.
I didn't even talk about my first book, Tears of Yesterday, until after it was already written. I didn't even tell anybody I was writing it. I just like, oh, it's published. Here you go. So and that failed horribly. Everyone tells me you should market once you have more books behind you. Like, but then you're always just talking about the first in the series anyway, or the first, like the, So.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I see someone mentioning that they're working on a secret project, and I'm like, I want to work on a secret project. What could be my secret project? I don't know what could be my secret project, because I always, on streams and stuff, I'm always like, in vlogs, I'm very open about what I'm working on. Is it the same thing every time? Right. No, it changes daily, apparently. But I'm always working on something, and I'm always very open about what I'm working on, because I could not keep a secret project to save my life. So if you ever hear me say I'm working on a secret project, I guarantee you it's not a secret. There has been hints.
I am working on Project July, and I also have Project October in the works. That's about as secret of a project you get from me. I don't know.
Gwen, what are you doing? I can't read the screen when you do that. Thank you. Oh, my googly moogly. Let's see. Dark says, I'm aiming for 20K words in a month. Doesn't matter if that's in 3 days or spread over the whole month. My life doesn't always allow for daily progress. I like that. Laura said, did you hear about Disney suing the AI called Midjourney? I knew that Midjourney was being sued by someone. I did not realize it was Disney, and that honestly does not surprise me. It really does not. Because the mouse wants their cash, and they don't care who bleeds for it. So I'm not saying that Midjourney is a good guy, but at the same time, it does not surprise me that Disney is the one suing them. That Disney is suing anyone does not surprise me. That's the part that doesn't surprise me. What are you doing behind me?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't know.
Dirk says, I grew up with the millennial don't be a sellout punk mentality, so it's very hard for me to hawk my word wares. Yeah. We'll see if they set a Laura's saying we'll see if they set a precedent talking about the Disney Midjourney thing. Okay, cool. Adrian's back. All of my projects are secret projects until the first person asks me about it on a live. I just tell them, and then I tell everyone else. That's me too. That's okay. I always want to talk to people about what I'm working on. So, like, especially like, yes. Okay.
I always tell people what I'm working on, like my family and like other authors online, just because I'm like, I don't like if people hear a plot and they're like, oh, I should write the same thing. It's not gonna be the same thing, so I don't really care about that. But I'm always like, sure, hey, guess what I'm working on? This is a great idea, or this is a dumb idea.
Every once in a while, Amy will get like a 2 a.m. message from me, be like, I got a story idea. Let me just tell you about it. And because I'll message her and I'll message Justin randomly in the middle of the night as soon as the idea comes to my brain, and I'll be like, let me just tell you about the story idea that I'm probably never going to work on after this moment.
So now that I know that you do that, then I know that I could do that to you, and it'd be totally fine.
We could totally do that. Anyone is welcome to message me and be like, so I have this idea. I don't know if it's going anywhere, but I just need to get it out of my brain.
I mean, it's not like I'm ever going to disturb you sleeping.
Put it back now. Thank you. Not for you. That's what it is.
Very sweet.
Oh my goodness.
What does the cat spoon do?
I mean, I could tell you that my fantasy adventure novel, the main character's name is The Secret. Do you know why it's
Why
a
is their main
secret? Because I don't even know the main character's name.
It's for stirring your tea. You stir your tea with your cat spoon, and then the cat spoon can hang on the inside of your cup without falling in.
Because as you drink the tea, you might want to add more water to it, and then like dip the tea bag in and out some more.
Just imagine that sticks to your nose.
That would be funny. All right. Adrian says, yeah, Disney gonna be Disney. But weirdly enough, they might be doing the Lord's work on this one. Okay, 100% agree with that, because I am all for them suing Midjourney for, stealing artwork, and yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they're going after them. Dark says 5 people could take the same plot idea and write 5 different stories with it. I've never worried to bring my ideas up in conversations. Adrian? Okay. Adrian says, y'all are wild. You have ideas piling up like that. I'm always shouting at the clouds like, ideas, where are you? Why has the muse forsaken me? I
mean, some of my ideas are saved underneath the file as stupid beginning or dumb magic story or what was I thinking?
Stop sniffing my knee.
No, your knee smells good. Also, I didn't realize I was sniffing your knee.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I have ideas. Are they good ideas? No. Like after this morning when me and Skye were talking, I was telling her like all these different titles for romance novels coming up.
Mhm.
Am I going to use half of them? No, but they're a good jumping off point.
Yeah. So speaking of ideas and the fact that the ideas have forsaken us, I might have like a 5 video series where I talk about all the ideas that I want to write, that I have story ideas that are fully fleshed out. That's not including the ones that are just random tidbits that pop into my brain. I'm talking about the ones that I have every intention of actually writing, and there is 100+ story ideas of those. 100+. If we were to include all the ones that are just random tidbits, there'd probably be something closer to 300.
Okay, I don't have that many. I'm great at creating titles that I'll never use. And really, I got the idea. So I had this idea to have a series of romance novels that are part of the shared universe, but this set of romance novels will center around a certain group of friends or at a certain location or something. But they're all going to have the word heart in it, like Sacred Heart, Broken Heart, Wondrous Heart, Flying Heart. I don't know, whatever. But I got the idea from the J.D. Robb in Death series, like Naked in Death, Married in Death, Ceremony in Death, because they all have death as part of their title. But obviously, I'm not going to use death in a romance series.
Fair. Dark says, bruh, I have more plot ideas than I could write in 10 lifetimes, and I'm always scribbling down more. Yeah. That's actually part of the reason why I started wanting to put together the writing prompt book, is because of the fact that I had too many ideas that I knew I would never write. So I started collecting them to put in the writing prompt book. And a lot of my story ideas that are just like scenarios are straight up from dreams that I've had. I'm a very visual dreamer, and yeah, like 90% of the writing prompts are probably in some essence from bits and pieces of dreams over the years, to some extent. Adrian says, I'm shaking strangers on the street, screaming in their faces, what's the villain's motivation? Quit bragging. Never.
If you watch enough crime shows, you know that the villain's motivation is always the pretty girl in high school said no to him, or the mom didn't love him enough, or the dad didn't play catch with him in the backyard. And that is the motivation all the time. That's my humor for the evening.
You're not wrong. Going back to Dark's comment about the 5 people could take the same prompt, that's actually the only thing I have left for the writing prompt book. Sometime in July, I'll be putting out feelers for anyone who wants to be part of the writing prompt book, because that's exactly what I would like to do. Is I want to have a bunch of people take a prompt and do their own take on said writing prompt and include that in the writing prompt book as an example of how writing prompts can be used, how they can be twisted to fit people's genres, how they could be interpreted differently. Like that's literally the only thing I've left on this writing prompt book, and it'll be done and ready for publication. So that's coming up soon, and I'm looking to get 5 to 7 people to write stories for it. So yeah, and they'll all be completely different because everyone interprets the same idea differently, and I love that. Dark says, and I want a shiny new idea. I scroll through my Pinterest writing prompt board. I have one of those too that I haven't looked at in years, and I'm scared to click on yours because Pinterest is one of those things where it's a rabbit hole that I will get sucked into and I will never come out of it again. You'll never see me. I will perpetually live there forevermore. That is my procrastination mode, and I have done very good over the years to not fall into that trap. Do not tempt me, Dark. I see you. I see you.
So I will be one of those people that write a story for your prompt book. I'm volunteering myself right now.
The girls both wanted to participate, which I think will be cool because that'll show the age range I can do that writing prompts could do too. So I'm looking forward to that. But that form will hopefully be coming out sometime in July. And the stories I'm looking at doing is anywhere from 1,500 words to 5,000 words because I saw Adrian's comment asking about that.
Okay. That's doable.
Yeah. I wanted less than 5,000.
I could squeeze that in.
So, and again, this would be coming out sometime next year. But I've already got enough prompts that I've got half a second book written, so I could actually publish one writing prompt book for maybe the next 3 years if I continue down the path I'm going. Maybe longer. Like I could make this a yearly annual thing, do a writing prompt book every year. You'll never know. Maybe. Pinterest can be procrastination. Procrastination. I have to be ready to seek when I open it, or I get lost in the weeds. All right, Adrian. I would love to have you be part of that. Yeah. The writing prompt book. Okay, cool. I will definitely be looking for people. Like I said, I'll have that form ready to go. I wanted to get through a couple of these challenges first because we have so many things going on this next couple of weeks. Like this week was the 7-day book challenge. Next weekend is AWC. The weekend after that, the weekend of the 4th of July, Stephanie and I are doing a 12-hour marathon.
But this time, we're not doing it in the middle of the night.
No, we're doing it in the middle of the day.
Yes.
Because we're starting at like noon.
Yes.
Noon. Did we choose noon your time or noon my time? I can't remember. I think it's noon your time. Because I think we always go by your time. Because I can easily compare times. I
can sometimes. Although one time I was doing a writing relay weekend with like Writers' Hearts, Storytellers' Hearts when it was a different thing, Worldwide Write-a-thon. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll do this time, this, and this time. And I forgot that at that time we were going to be in a different time zone.
Whoops.
So I was on like at 4 a.m., 3 a.m.
Yeah, I'm so used to converting everything to Eastern time zone because that's where the rest of my family is, that my brain automatically does it. And I just remember that you're in the middle. That's all I have to do. Because Eastern time zone is 2 hours ahead of me, whereas you're 1 hour ahead of me.
Yes.
So that's why. Adrian says, sounds like fun, great exposure, and for good cause, helping writers write. Yeah, no rush. Let me know when it's all going down. I'm in. And so, yeah, that will be happening eventually sometime. I need to go back over the form because I think I had some deadlines set that I need to reevaluate based on when I'm putting out the form. Yeah. Oh, well. Anyways, let's do another sprint. Nixie's been patiently waiting for us, so we're going to go ahead and appease her, and we're going to do another sprint. This is sprint number 3?
3.
Oh, 3. Cool. Yeah. So the writing prompt for this one, you get, as always, you don't have to write it. It's just there if you want to write and don't know what you want to write about. And this one says, you say that like it's a good thing, but I promise you, it's not. So there you go. That's our writing prompt for this sprint. And we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that's time. Let me know what you did, how you did in the comments. I read.
I wrote more. Where am I at? How many did I do? 280 words.
Nice.
Yes. Now she's doing something boring, so whatever. It's everything very quickly. Like I put away the groceries. The end. No, I don't know.
Dust.
Can't be all super exciting all the time, but we'll see. I don't know.
This is why I write fantasy, because everything can be super exciting.
Well, she gets home. She's like, "Hey," so she gets home. She sees him like tearing apart her stuff. She gets mad at him. She's like, "I didn't ask you this," and he's like, "Well, I saw a need," and he's like, she goes, "Well, how the heck am I supposed to get my house?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I got that." And he picks her up and brings her in the house. And then she realized that she was being silly, so she's like, "Well, okay, I'm sorry for yelling at you. It's just been a long day." And then she like gave him a quick kiss on the cheek, and then he's like, "I'm gonna go." And then she goes, "How about a snack?" Because like that's right, he went and got the groceries, brought them in for her because the stuffs were taken apart. And she's like, "Hey, how about I repay you by feeding you?" And he's like, "How about I repay you by fixing the stairs that tore apart?" That's what I got. I don't know. It's a summarized version of what I was writing. We'll see.
Adrian and Dark were both saying "let's go" in the comments before the sprint started. Dark got 400 words. Finally made the boys in my trio kiss. I am here for this. JC said I read a couple pages. I have no idea how many pages I read. I am at 39% of this book. I'm reading Fired by My Grumpy Dragon Boss.
I did read a short story. I did read a short story earlier today. It was It's called Tornado Warning.
Okay.
Okay. So it's written in 3 different points of view. The girl and then the 2 boys. And they all got hired at this place at the same time.
Okay.
They live together. The boys live together and they share everything. And so they have a thing for this girl, but they want to be respectful, and the girls also had a thing for them. Anyways, they're all working late one day, and the storm comes. They're like, "Whatever, it's just a tornado. We've been through them all the time." But then, like, alarm came, so they went down to the bunkhouse, like down to the tornado area. They all get it on, whatever. It's really well written, and then it like flash forwards like 6 months later. They're all like living together. It's like a short story into the universe, here's a teaser of what this universe is like by this author. It was really well done.
Okay. By Reba Bale.
Yeah, I really liked it because
Found it.
what was that?
I totally found it.
Okay, I just by my description, that's great. I really liked it because she's like, "Well, how would this work? You said you guys like share everything," and then one of the guys is like, "Well, yes, and even though we're all together at the same time, this is not happening. Like, we might actually touch each other, but that's about it." Like, I thought it was something. It was only like 100 and it wasn't even 150 pages, maybe 180.
Amazon
like
says it's 76.
Okay, so that was not the book. I read 2 books today, so 76 pages. See, it's a really short story.
Oh. I was telling Justin about this one. He was like, because I was reading on the way. He drove home, and I was reading on the way back. And he was like, "So which monster fuckery are you reading now?" And I'm like, "How do you know it's monster fuckery?"
So Jesse's
I mean, you're not wrong. But how do you know?
Jesse looked at I had my Kindle open, right? The Kindle library, and it was right after I did one of those stuff for e-reader events, which is all romance anyway. And he's like, "What are we reading here? Some Kindle porn?" I'm like, "It's not my fault that chesty men sell, okay? It's not my fault."
True story. I have not done the past couple of Stuff Your E-Reader events.
I have way too many in my library anyway, as it is. So, and I feel like a lot of the same books get put in there over and over
Mhm.
again.
My phone says I have 2,000 unread books.
That's what I got. Oh, right. Well, because my e-reader has more than my Kindle app for some reason, but whatever. Let's see here. Really? Oh, okay. I have 123 docs in there, so some of them are like arcs that I haven't
Okay.
read or like PDFs and stuff. But it says I have 1,069 unread. But in my Kindle that I have that's in the bedroom where Jesse's sleeping, I have over 1,500, and they're not the same. They're not all the same.
Yeah, I've noticed that. There's a difference between like the Kindle on my phone versus my Kindle app on my tablet.
And I tried syncing it up, and it's, I don't know.
I don't know why there's a difference, but there is for some reason. JC's too funny. She was like, because he knows his wife. I'm waiting for the conversation where he's like, you don't want me to try half the stuff that people do in those books, like, right? And I'll be like, no, you do any of that shit and you will not live to see the next day. I'm just saying. I was like, that kind of stuff's okay in fiction, okay in real life. How many? Okay, so my phone said I had how many? 2,000. Where's that? 2,031 books unread, according to my phone. According to actually, it's pretty close. According to the Kindle app on my tablet, it says 2,030. So it's only off by one. Just comparing numbers real quick. Yeah, everything's only off by one, but usually it's off by more than that. Weird. Okay. Anyways, I'm not going to complain about it. If it's accurate for once, that's awesome. Jordan popping in. Hey guys, just coming in here to say hello. And if you guys are talking about Disney live action movies, Lilo and Stitch actually did very well, I thought. I have not seen the new Lilo and Stitch, so I am not going to make any judgments there. My youngest did go see it though, and she enjoyed it, and she is a very big fan of the original animated Stitch, so I am going to fall to her opinion for the time being until I see it myself. And Jordan said, how can you have 2,000 on Redbox, my friend? That's just crazy and insane. Oh, books. Because I keep going to these events, like the Stuff Your E-Reader, and there's a couple other events that have popped up that are specific to like fantasy versus romance versus mystery versus sci-fi, and I've gotten a whole bunch of books. And Dark agrees with me because Dark has 3,344 unread books in the Kindle app library. So yeah. Dark says, I call those fantasy-only things head kinks. Sounds cool in theory, but would lock someone up if they tried it for real. I won't even go as far as that because it's not anything like even in fantasies, like for me personally, that is not something I'd be interested in. But in perspective to the characters I'm reading about, I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect for that person. Let's do this. But yeah. And JC says, I've heard nothing but complaints about Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, same. Honestly, same. Once again, live action movies shouldn't happen. I stand on that. JC says, I'm dying on this hill, yo. She has stood firm by this. Oh, man. And I don't blame her. Like, that's a good take to have. I haven't been overly thrilled with all of the live actions myself. JC says, I thought I had a lot of unread books on my Kindle, but now y'all have made me beat. Y'all have me beat. Like I said, I have a lot because of those stuff your e-reader events, but you, JC, read a lot of like thriller mysteries. And the one thing I don't see a lot of in those stuff your e-reader events are thriller mysteries. Like I read like 99.9% of what I've read this year has been fantasy, not fantasy, romance, not fantasy. Some of it has been fantasy, but 99% of it has been straight up romance. And because of that, like the stuff your e-reader events are almost all the time very heavy romance themed. So that's why I've got so many unread books. But I also see pretty covers and I'm like, ooh, that looks interesting. And then I will go back later after these events, because the fact that you've only got like 24 hours to download all the free books, I go ahead and just download them. And then I'll go back and actually read the descriptions later and be like, and if it's not one I'm interested in, I'll get rid of it. Maybe that's a bad thing, but at the same time,
I have on my Kindle app, I have 95 books that are read.
I wasn't even looking at the ones I'd read. I did not.
Some of them have been on my app for like forever. Like On a Farm, Penguin Young Readers Level 1. It's like Pigs on a Farm, like when the kids were way younger. That's still on there.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And, okay. So before I read Tornado Warning, I got done reading an age gap holiday romance. Has nothing in common with the age gap romance I'm writing at all. It's by Liz Archer. It's a Christmas with My Ex's Dad. Another fun read.
JC asked if I told you about how the movie ended earlier, and I have not, because we haven't talked since you and I were on stream together earlier today, and I haven't mentioned anything.
Is it horrible?
So JC kept me. I messaged JC after we got off the stream, and I was like, "You're gonna have to tell me how this movie ends." So I continued getting like the stream of consciousness recap of the movie.
Oh yeah.
And then it was still going when my movie started. So like I silenced my phone, and when I came back, I had like 2 messages waiting for me, and one of them was the ending of the movie. And I was like, "Oh, that's a perfect way to end this day." And at one point, Justin's reading over my shoulder while I'm reading through the commentary she's leaving me. He was like, "What are y'all talking about?" I'm like, "She's watching a movie and giving me a recap." Because all he saw was people dying and fiancés killing each other.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And he was like, "What are y'all doing?" I was like, "We're not planning your murder, baby. Sorry." Dark says fussy librarian emails are good with other genres sometimes, but finding good freebies outside of romance is more of a hunt. Yes, same. Jordan says, "Yeah, my friends, I'm not impressed with some of the live action either, and I have to question why were they made into live action in the first place? Money, straight up money. They think because the animated ones did well, the live actions would will too, and they haven't been wrong because people are still going to theaters to watch them. So they're proving proving their own theory right to some extent. People are going and watching them. People are spending money to watch these films, so they're not wrong."
I can like remember the last like 2 or 3 films that just here the kids went. I think the last movie we went to go see in theaters was the Barry Pink singing rendition of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic movie on Jesse's birthday, because he let the kids choose. That was a long time ago. One time on, I want to say it was Valentine's Day, Jesse picked a movie, and this is the last time he's ever been allowed to pick a movie on his own. Ever again.
Okay.
He lost the privilege.
Which one?
So he lost the privilege. So he was working at Best Buy, and his friend, who I'm friends with his wife, said, "Hey, you should go see this movie. It's really good." Like, because he's like, "Oh, what kind of movie I'm going to take my girlfriend to?" Blah 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 blah. For Valentine's, he's like, "Hey, you should go to this one." So we went in, and we go early. We don't go at night. We go early in the day because it's cheaper, and it's rated R. First of all, like, okay, no problem, like no big deal. But there's like kids that are. There was a kid that was like maybe 8 to 10 years old, sitting in like third row. It is a cartoon of groceries at the grocery store.
You watch Sausage Party.
I was like, I want to burn my eyeballs out. This is so horrible, but it's like a horrible accident. You just can't look away. I was like, what the crap?
I haven't seen Sausage Party. I've
You
seen enough trailers. I've seen enough clips. I've seen the movie. I don't want to see the actual movie. I am good. It's not what I'm interested in. But the moment you said grocery store rated R cartoon, I was like, oh no, I know what movie you saw.
I'm like, how? He's like, yeah, well, my friend. Blah. I'm like, you're not allowed ever again. Nope. Nope.
So before today, when we saw How to Train Your Dragon today, the last movie we saw was Five Nights at Freddy's, which we did for my oldest birthday because she's a very big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. She's played all the games. She's got almost all the books. There's a couple new books we've discovered she does not have yet, which we will eventually get her. Like, it's one of the things that
I have not played all the games. There are several that I have not played because I don't have them.
Never mind, I'm a big fat liar. Just kidding.
She put you in your place.
But she's a very big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. So for her birthday, we went and saw it, and I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would, to the point where I sought out the books and started reading them myself because I was like, I need to know the lore. I need to know what the fuck is going on because I want to know. And it's good. I like it. Hi. You are just up in my face today. Are you telling me it's bedtime? It's not bedtime now. I'm still streaming. You're gonna have to deal.
Chester, move your butt.
Hey, kiddo, it's almost midnight. It's time for you to start getting ready for bed. Okay. But anyways, before that, I can't remember the last movie we went and saw in theaters because we don't generally go to theaters because it is so expensive. Like, we're in a small town right now, and it's technically a cheaper theater than the actual theaters up in the larger cities. And even now, it's like we spent $20 just on tickets for 2 people to go see a movie. So, like, it's not cheap. Oh. And I really can't remember the last movie we saw in theaters before Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm gonna have to think on that because now I'm kind of curious. What was the last movie we saw? I know we saw the My Little Pony, the newer film. We saw that in theaters when the kids were younger, but I know we've seen movies between then and now, and I cannot remember for the life of me what we've seen. I'll figure it out eventually. Let's see. JC says, I do get some romance and I also like historical fiction. Again, that historical fiction is another one I don't see a lot of in those freebie events. I see it, but not as often and not as many. And the ones I do see are like the same ones over and over again, like you mentioned.
And I feel like a lot of them are free anyway, being in Kindle Unlimited, or they're free on Amazon as it is. So they're just, whatever. But like,
that's the other thing I don't like is that I read a buttload of Kindle Unlimited books, but those don't count towards the read because the read versus unread are only the ones that you own. And that's part of where my problem is that I read more books on Kindle Unlimited than I read the ones that I own. Because I'm a terrible person that way.
I mean, as long as I get read, let's see the problem. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. I have 8 titles out on Kindle Unlimited.
Yeah.
One of them doesn't count because I only checked it out to see if I would buy the book, the physical book for the kids' school stuff, and it's done. So I decided not to. So 7 books.
Yeah. Let's see. Jordan says, I'm going to go, guys. See you later. Good luck with the writing and good luck with the props. Oh, I'm sorry I missed that before you took off. You're probably already gone, but thank you for joining us tonight. JC says, to be fair, Skye, you did ask me to tell you how it ended. I did specifically message you and be like, I need to know if she gets away with it or if she gets killed or if she kills the fiance. I need to know these things. I need to know the answers. Dark said, I'm reading the chapter books, novellas with FNAF with the boys. They like them. I was surprised by how much I liked them. The lore surrounding it is just so interesting. And it's different between like the movie versus the games versus the books. Like there's a little bit of differences between all three. Enough so that you're not really reading the same thing or watching the same thing or playing the same thing. But it's all made by the same creator, which is pretty cool. JC says, I don't have Kindle Unlimited. I need to get rid of my Kindle Unlimited and force myself to read some of those books I own, since I have over 2,000 unread books.
Well, I didn't have them. I had Kindle Unlimited, and then this is like, it's like $11 or something because, or $12.80 because of the taxes in Texas. And I was like, okay. I mean, I have a lot anyway. I went to the library. And then like Kindle was like, hey, do you want a 30-day free trial? I said, okay, 30-day free trial, why not? At least this way I'm not paying anything for it, and then I'm paying the authors when I read their books.
I sign up for Audible every once in a while whenever they do the 3 months for such price, and it's much cheaper than their monthly fee, normal fee. And so then I will have Audible for a little while and collect books. But the problem with Audible is that you pay so much for the fees, and I read books way too fast because I tend to go through like a book in 1 to 2 nights. Like the longest it's ever taken me to finish a Kindle, not Kindle, an Audible audiobook is like a week, and that was for like the ones that are like 40 plus hours because I just cannot handle those. For that,
I've checked out a book like 3 times, and I kept on falling asleep because I only listen to audiobooks at night, and the voice is like a history professor lecturing, and it's, you know, whatever. And it took me a while to figure out. So I was reading the print, and it took me a while to figure out where it was in the audio because it wasn't like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. It was an hour and a half block of audio. Took a break and another hour and a half, so it took me a while to figure it out. And I'm still not even halfway done with the book. It's Mistborn.
Nope. There are some authors that I probably will never read, and it's just because of the length of their books, and that's Brandon Sanderson is one of them. It's not that I'm not interested in the books. I do not like extremely long books. Like it is a chore for me to get through Wheel of Time, which I absolutely love. I love the Wheel of Time books by Robert Jordan, but it's a job to read them because they're all like 30 plus hours long in the audiobook form, and they're all, do I have one? I have
the Mistborn is actually 24 hours and 18 minutes long. Jesse has listened to it. And sometimes like I'll check out an audiobook from one of the 3 different library apps that I have. And I return it like instantly because I cannot stand the narrator choice. That's a thick book, lady. I can't handle that. You can keep that.
I love mass market paperback. However, this book is 1,248 pages, and the print size is like 8-point font. Okay, now keep that in mind. This is one of those books. This is the Wheel of Time. This book, let me check. This is Towers of Midnight. Let me see how many audiobook hours this is, because I have the entire series on audiobook now because I'm slowly working my way through the entire series. So give me a second. Let me, it's going to be near the bottom. I have these organized by length. Which one? Did I say Towers of Midnight?
Yes.
38 hours and 17 minutes. This is a week of work. This is a full week of work. I work 40 hours a week. It's almost 40 hours of an audiobook. Book 13 in the series. It's a chore.
That is a lot.
Now, that being said, because this is a series that both me and my husband will read. It's very hard to get him to read books. So when I find books he will read, he does not listen to audiobooks. He will only read physical books. So this is what we've been doing. Let me grab another book off the shelf. I am purposely buying the trade back size which has the same size font, by the way. It's 8-point font because it's teeny tiny, but this is a much easier read.
So
Now,
I
this is
got
book
the
0, and
mass.
it's already shorter.
I got the mass paper book of the Mistborn series. So it's
Yeah.
tiny and fat, and the
Yep.
font. Oh, it's so tiny.
So this is like a prequel, so it's like half the length of the other ones, but even this one's 300 pages. The rest of the series is going to be like closer to, in this size, in this format, it's going to be closer to like 500, 600 pages. Those are careers. It's going to be a career to read those books. Let's see. Dark says, I use the assistive reader function on the Kindle app on my phone, so the robot reads it to me. It's decent at 1.2 speed. I listen to audiobooks, just plain audiobooks with narrators at 1.5 speed. And every once in a while, I use the assistive reader, but it depends on the book because sometimes I cannot use, no matter what speed it's on, I cannot use the assistive reader. It
Depends, really.
It depends. Yeah, good. These are long books. Yes, JC, they are long books. I thoroughly enjoy them. Don't get me wrong, but I'm already dedicating my life to Robert Jordan. There's no way I'm going to read Brandon Sanderson. Not happening. Which is sad because, like, Mistborn. It's funny that you mentioned Mistborn because Mistborn is the one that my youngest sister, the one who's getting married in October, Mistborn is her favorite book ever, and she has been trying for ages to get me to read Mistborn. And I just look at that book and I see how long it is and I'm like, nope. But that's her favorite book, so she's been trying to convince me to read it. And I might read it just to make her happy. But it'll really be the only one by Brandon Sanderson I ever read if that's the case. And I doubt it's going to happen. I really do.
There's some on the library shelves at the library here in town that are bigger than Mistborn. But then there's some that are in the young adult section, like the teen section, that are thinner too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Dark, it's funny that you mentioned Sword of Truth. So you said, I have the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind, similar epic fantasy to Robert Jordan. I could devour a 1,000-page book in a week when I was reading them when I was 13. That is one of my husband's favorite series. He has the entire series. I purposely bought them, the last few that he did not have. We even have the hardback of the one they did not make a paperback because he wanted to read it. Because he reads like epic fantasy. So he reads these honka-chonkas. Like, this is his bread and butter. This is his jam.
Like,
so,
I feel like 1,200 pages, like, by the time I'm done with that, I'd forget how it started.
Me too. I will say this. There's only one thing I'm going to have to say about the Wheel of Time series. I have not watched the show, so I'm not
I haven't watched it either.
Anything about the show. I don't know squat about it. I haven't even watched trailers for it. I've been avoiding it like the plague. What I will say is about this, I hate Rand. Rand is the main character, and I fucking hate him. He's a little whiny bitch boy, and I want to slap him. However, there is another character. I think his name is Perry. It's been a while since I've read it, so give me a minute. I think his name is Perry. Perrin is my baby boy, and I will die for him. That's all I'm going to say about that. Dark says, I collected the last few from Half Price Books a while ago. Yep, we have the entire series. And like I said, that one that's hardback is like an omnibus of like some of his novellas that they're never released in paperback or something to that effect. I don't even remember. I just know that he has all the series in mass market paperback except for the one hardback that's out on the shelf. Perrin the blacksmith. Yes, I love him. How do I really feel? I feel some kind of way about everything. I get really attached to characters. I could give two shits what's happening in the plot. I could not tell you a damn thing. I've read the first book in this series 4 times. I could not tell you a damn thing that happens as far as the plot goes. I couldn't tell you. But I can tell you what the different characters do because I love some of them and I hate some of them. Oh, goodness me. Okay. I've reached the end of the comments. We've chit-chatted about books and movies and various things in between. Do we want to do another spring?
I guess.
I guess.
Oh,
Maybe.
I got book mail in the mail today.
Show us
All
book
right.
mail.
So
Or
yeah,
wait, do you want to show us?
it's appropriate. Don't worry. Like it's one.
That's not even what I care about. I'm not monetized. I don't care
Oh,
about
no.
that.
All right. So I have read all Liar Parrish's books, and she was doing like a giveaway, and so I won it a while back. And I finally got it, and she sent in this cutest package, and there's like some stickers and stuff in there because we all love stickers.
I love stickers.
This is the book.
And that's the stickers.
That was horrible. Did not plan well.
Your book dropped its pants.
So
That was perfect.
So this is the book. I've read it. It's a billionaire romance.
Okay.
But I love it because you don't get this when you read an ebook.
Is there
Like
illustrations?
the first page.
Oh, the dark pages.
Okay.
Oh, I want to do that in my book so bad, but I'm not an artist. I can't design those.
And then like the first page is on it. You know.
I want character art
Yes.
so bad.
Love Courtney. Courtney. Love her to death. I talk to her all the time.
Courtney is
Um,
awesome.
She used to live stream all the time. But anyways, I got this bookmark.
Nice.
And it's really
Little eyebrow raise.
okay. Got this one.
Hi,
Billionaire
Jester.
Romance Book Club. Okay.
Sorry.
This gave me an idea for a bookmark.
Yeah.
So it has her name up top. And then it
Okay.
has her
Those series and
so
names.
like Billionaire Situation is the
Okay.
name of the series, and then the book titles, and then the Very Merry, which is all set in a Christmas town. Okay. And then Valentine, Texas is set in the tiny town of Valentine, Texas, and then there's some standalones. But okay.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I love
then
that. There we go.
it has that. Okay. Then it has this little like business card. It has all of her
Nice.
social media, yeah,
Socials and
and then like a picture of her Instagram.
oh,
I
that is
thought
cool. I like that.
was neat. Then
That's a cool business card.
stickers.
That's a lot of stickers. Hi, Jester. Does this feel good? Who's in it? The friend situation. Your bookstore. I like that sticker. I'm gonna steal it. Billionaire romance girly. I'm in love with fictional man written by Lara Parrish. Gesundheit. I like that. Put in the coin, get a book. Warning. Billionaire obsessed.
They're vinyl stickers too. So like you could
Billionaire
you could
romance.
put them like on a water bottle or whatever.
That's awesome. Lost in a book. Come back soon. Am I scratching the spot?
This one.
Am I scratching the spot? Book boyfriend. Gesundheit.
All right. So in her book, there's like there's some one of the characters writes something for like the blind item website where they like it's like a gossip column or something. And so she has like a blind item about the characters typed up.
Okay.
So this is twin brothers. One of them is in the friend situation, the other one's in the other book. So okay.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Do you want to give me my lap? You want to come up?
Playing the suit.
In the suit. coming up? You gonna look at me sideways? Give me side eye? Okay, I see it.
But like, I knew it was going to take her a while to send it to me because she was going to order it and then sign it and then send it to me, and because she's been publishing one book after another, and plus one of her books got picked up by Avon recently. So
Darkside, I just put a fuck off I'm reading and an antisocial book club. I want the antisocial book club sticker on my 64-ounce metal water jug. That's a big jug.
I
So-
want to get a coffee mug that says fucking writing or something like that on it.
I just need a sticker and slap that bad boy on. All right, let's go ahead and do a sprint.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, this is the last sprint of the night. And so, fourth sprint, here's the writing prompt for anyone who wants to use it. You do not have to. And it says, the mouse wants their pound of flesh. They're out for blood, and they aim to get it. So that is our writing prompt, and we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, that is time. Let me know what you did, how you did in the comments.
I was clearing up my desk and I found this little note about the tragic backstory of my love interest in my story.
Okay.
I'll still read it out loud. Jared Kincaid, he is 38 years old. He says, wife was on his boat and lost her balance when a wave rocked the boat. She was wearing a life jacket, but when she fell overboard, she smacked her head on the boat and she fell into a coma and never recovered. Ever since then, he couldn't bear to be on board. He was the captain, and as the captain, everything is his fault. And since then, he has not been on the water, and that is why he is the down sandy man, not fishing anymore. So I got.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll, incorporate all that in there. And then I think that was it. Really, I didn't write anything else. I got to the end of my scene, and that was it.
Okay. So how much writing have you done today? Have you met your 1,000 daily word count?
Let's see here.
Not that it matters because it's past like your
Right.
midnight.
But
I'd still count it towards today. You haven't slept yet.
5 and 8 and 5 is 13. 1,039 words since midnight to now. Like midnight yesterday to now. So
Hey.
I would say it counts.
Yes, counts. Definitely
Yes.
counts. So how much have you written this week?
Ooh,
Yes, I'm asking hard questions today.
this week.
Yeah. I think I did the math earlier and it was like 13,000 for me.
Hold on. Let me
I'd have to do math again. Hold on, give me a
let me
second.
do the math here because apparently I'm being quizzed on stuff.
It's going to be on the test.
All right.
10, 2, 4, 4. Yeah, I wrote 13,318 across 3 projects.
Well, I can tell you I didn't write that much, but I'm happy that you wrote that much. I don't think I wrote that much. So let's see here. This week. Okay, if my math says so, sure. 3,961 words.
How much?
3,961 words.
Okay. That's not
No.
terrible.
And now my project is at just under 6,000 words.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get to 30,000 words, but it's fine. As long as I can have a title printed on the spine of a paperback, I'll be fine.
I think it has to be, what, 75 pages in order for it to have a spine on the...
980,
have a
something
spine?
like that.
Depending on the size of the book, I
Yeah.
think. And I like the 5.5 by 8.5, I think
I
it
did
is.
a 5 1/4 by 8. My Christmas romance one is 37 pages. And as you can see, there is nothing on the spine. Nope. That's my thinnest from one I printed out.
Yeah, I do 5.5 by 8.5 for my paperbacks. Let's see. Looking at the comments real quick. Dark says that their 64-ounce metal water jug doubles as a weapon, whether it's empty or full. Yes. JC says, I was watching Natalia Lee's video and I messaged. Yeah, I got the message and I have to read it with, I'm like not chatting because my brain is not processing what you asked. I see it. Like I could clearly read it. It's not processing. And I'm just like, what? It is not a new day until she goes to sleep and wakes up. That's JC's thoughts, by the way. JC is of the opinion that if you have not gone to sleep and woken up, it still counts towards that day as far as your word count
All right.
goes. Which I would do that, except for I do a lot of like naps because of the fact that I worked nights. So that's why I strictly go midnight to midnight.
That makes sense.
And because I just cross over into days, that's why. But for those of you who don't do that, what I do, I completely agree with JC. Until you go to sleep, that still counts as part of your day. Like I'm missing. You did it. Okay. JC saying congratulations to you. Dark got 234 words during that sprint, 1,509 for the day. What are you chewing on? You found a bone. Okay, you're good. Don't know where you guys keep your bone shards from, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. Yes, Ogre is making an appearance. Jester kept acting like she was going to pop up on my lap earlier, but she decided not to in the end. Dark got 5,324 words on the 6 days of 7 I wrote this week. Nice. Writing with y'all on sprints helps. Aw, glad we could help. JC says it's okay. There's no timestamp on the question. I will probably read over it again once we're no longer live, and I'll be okay. Naps don't count. Shh, they count to me. They count to me because on weekends, like on Saturdays especially, because of the fact that I work Friday nights into Saturday mornings, I tend to only take like a 2 to 4 hour nap, and then I'm awake all day Saturday so that I can sleep Saturday night and be awake all day Sunday and sleep Sunday night. And that's why the naps count for me, because my sleep schedule is so weird on the weekend. Or you could do like me this weekend and just not sleep at all from Saturday into Sunday and run on like 2 hours of sleep. You could do that. Just saying. I do not recommend that. I love the sleeps. I love the sleeps a lot. JC says, I mean sleep. I know what you mean. I just don't get a lot of sleep. Not during the weekend. Not from Friday to Saturday, I should say. Not from Friday to Saturday is when I don't get a lot of sleep. Because I get plenty of sleep Saturday into Sunday, usually. And the same thing with Sunday into Monday, usually. Dark said I used to do it by sleeps.
So I tried using TrackBear. It didn't work for me.
I used TrackBear for a little bit, and I like my spreadsheet. I was already using my spreadsheet. I'd already spent time setting up my spreadsheet that it was just easier for me to do. And yeah. JC says, when I was using TrackBear during Kate's challenge, I would enter my words on the day that I count them for, because you can edit the date on TrackBear. Cool. Did not realize that. Oh, excuse me. I don't have anything against TrackBear. It's another app to use, and I've already got so many things that are on spreadsheets that it's just easier for me to do that. Because I'm tracking more than just word count in my spreadsheet. I'm tracking like what projects I'm working on and other stuff. Writing challenge. I didn't even fill out the writing challenges tab this week. Whoops. Guess I'm gonna have to go back and fill that out. Won't be hard to do. Anyways. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Dark said, I've tried a few spreadsheet styles and didn't like them, but TrackBear is easy to access from all my devices, so I stick with it. That's fair. JC's trying to rush me off. She's like, it's nighttime time for you, Skye. You are not wrong. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning for me, which means it's 2 o'clock for Stephanie. And with those who did not sleep very well last night, maybe it would be a good idea to go do the sleeps.
Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. It's fine.
It would be a smart thing to do. Hi. Plus, I think the puppers are trying to convince me that it's bedtime. I think that's why they're giving me so much love in it. They're not wanting to go outside. On that last sprint, I did, when we first started, I did ask if they wanted to go outside, and both of them looked at me like I was insane. Which is not the wrong answer, but still. JC says dark to dark, but just in case you miss a day or something, know that you can edit the date and input your words for the date you want to count them for. And Dark said, I didn't know that. Thank you. Not rushing you, but I just want you to rest, my friend. I appreciate it. And I do need the rest. I am fucking
We
tired.
got off and didn't live stream anymore last night, and we rested ourselves for sure by sitting in one spot and relaxing.
I did journal stuff.
So here's what I did last night. So I took my journal. I made a lovely page that has the next 6 months, and it color-coded it, birthdays, holidays, and planned book releases. Then I did this, where I'm going to do like goals for like writing projects or like writing events. And I did have July and August drawn. I didn't like them, so I cut them out. Because I used the wrong pen, and it was just super bad bleed through. So.
Fair.
And I'm debating whether I want to put in the months at all, only because I'd have to write them in. But I did find a sticker sheet, a sticker book that has all the numbers on stickers, so I can just put them in there instead of writing it. Because I also have like so many other printed calendars, so I really need a calendar in there. And then I'm deciding how do I want the weekly, because I want to do weekly pages. Do I want them all on one page, like a week on one page? Like all the week on one page and then start, or do I want a week over 2 pages? That's what I'm debating.
For my weeklies, I just do 1 page, and I do an Alistair method where it has the days of the week listed at the top, and then the tasks listed on the side, and then I just put a dot on whatever day I plan to do different tasks on, and then I X it out on whatever day I do it on, no matter if it's on the day I was supposed to be done on or a different day entirely. That's what I've been doing. You'll have
to show me how that looks like, because that was a lot of imaginary stuff in my head.
At least you can imagine in your head, because I can't. I need the visuals.
Yeah.
I don't think I have one near me. My desk may be covered in a whole bunch of random shenanigans, but a planner that actually has the Alistair method is not one of the things. I'll have to go grab one from my shelf. Let's see. Dark says, my cats are being nuts because it's about midnight. That's normal bedtime for me. Makes sense. Is that what we're calling rest, Stephanie?
Yes, because I didn't have to entertain anyone else online other than Skye. And we sat in silence for a chunk of it anyway, so it was rest.
We did. We were just like body doubling or whatever it's called. Each doing our own thing and just sitting here in the same company. JC says, really random, but I need to go see a podiatrist, foot doctor. Yes, my feet are just having so many issues lately. I am so sorry. That sucks. Can I help you, Jester? You have now gone back and forth like 4 times. There are places you can lay down and relax. In the middle of the random floor was not what I meant, though.
All right, so Dark says to hit their 20K goal this month, they need 370 daily for the next 4 days. Well, just so you know, I am going to be streaming on Tuesday night at 10:30 Central Standard Time. So if you want to come join and get some of your workouts in the evening, my time, I don't know where you guys are at. That's totally doable.
And that's still less than 1,000 a day for the next 4 days. So you've got this.
Oh no.
Did I have to use the calculator to come to that conclusion?
They need 3,700 every day for the next 4 days.
Oh, daily.
3,700.
I missed that.
Every day.
Apparently, I can't read. I can math, but I can't read. It's all good.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I promise I'm fine.
How many days? Wait.
I believe in you either way, Dark. I know you can do this. You got this.
Wait, why only
happened
4
with
days?
mine?
Do you not write? Do you not have time to write after that? Like you could spread it because tomorrow's Monday and you have a whole 7 days until the end of the month.
Maybe because she's working around the
3,700.
busy.
Okay, Skye. Jeez.
What?
She said yes. See, Stephanie, you said 370. I thought I said 3,700. Whatever. It's all in print. You guys knew what I was saying anyway.
I think this is a sign that we just need to be done for the night.
I said it for
If there ever was one, it's us not being able to read correctly.
Oh. Dark is going by the 26th being their monthly start for the 185 day. They're using it as my date marker. Okay.
Oh. That makes sense. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up because apparently we cannot read. I cannot read correctly. You can't math correctly, apparently. I don't know what we're doing these days. Oh, Jesus.
All right, so I'm going to talk while Skye composes herself. Thanks for being here on the final day of the 7-day book challenge. If you don't know who I am, my name is Stephanie. I am writing a Small Town Romance series. No spice on the page. Why no spice on the page? Because that's what I like to write. I'm here blogging and trying to get back into blogging. I'm going to be doing weekly live streams on Tuesday nights at 10:30 Central Standard Time. And then also, me and Skye has something that we're going to be starting too, and I'll have her explain that. Maybe. Do you not remember?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember.
Take it away. You're right.
I'm good. All right. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Speaking of streaming, I will not be streaming on Saturday evening, my usual time slot, because this next weekend is AWC AuthorTube Writing Conference, and I'm going to be probably playing catch up with videos myself, so I'm not going to be streaming. However, that being said, Sunday, Steph and I are going to be doing a planning live stream at 7 Central. Did I get that right? 7 Central, which is 6 p.m. my time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern. I can do all the maths right now. Look at me. And we're just going to be probably on for like an hour or so, just doing some planning stuff and we're going to try to do these every week. We're going to see how it goes. And we'll alternate on each other's channels. So like we're going to be starting on her channel next weekend. So no live stream on my channel on Saturday evening, planning stream on her channel Sunday evening. And if you're still watching at this point and you don't know who I am, hi, welcome. My name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes. This week we were streaming daily, doing the 7-day book challenge. I completed 2 short stories, the first draft of them. They are not ready for publication by any stretch of the imagination, but I got them done and I'm still riding that high. So I was reading the rest of this evening instead of writing anything. I was like, I don't even care about stories. What are those? And yeah, that's what happened and what we were doing. So thank you all for joining us this past week and for being ready to be with us on this final day. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this up and get out of here. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and click the button. We're going to get out of here. So bye, everyone.